From April 1 next year, public sector workers who have not yet started to contribute to their pensions will begin to do so.
The Senate today passed the long-awaited pension bill with 62 changes. So what does it mean for public sector workers?
TVJ's Andrea Chisholm reports.
The moment when the pensions bill was passed in the Senate. After years of talking about pension reform in the public sector, it will now become a reality.
Come April 1, 2018, those workers who are in the service will start to pay, if they were never paying before, 2.5%. And come 2019, they will pay 5%. Public sector workers will continue to pay 4%, and in 2019, they will move to 5%, based on the discussion so far.
Under the legislation, the finance minister has some flexibility in determining the initial rate of contributions as long as it doesn't go above 5%. So the union will have a request.
What we're asking for is for alignment, that everybody starts at 2.5% rather than you have some starting at 4% because that's where they are now.
Overall, though, the Jamaica Civil Service Association believes, for the most part, that public sector unions and the government are satisfied with the outcome. Discussions continue to iron out challenges.
The issue of vesting and portability and the issue of the resumption to full pension or indexation are three of the big items that we were not able to get in this round of the pension reform.
Now, even though the pensions bill has been passed, for now, contributions will go into the consolidated fund. A separate pension fund will be set up on a date to be determined by the minister after the Auditor General certifies that the government is sticking to the fiscal rules. But there's another requirement. The bill states that the pension fund shall not be established until the finance minister is satisfied that Jamaica's debt-to-GDP ratio is at 60%. That may not be until 2025-2026, so the opposition had concerns.
If we can set up the pension fund and start to fund it with contributions, and the Auditor General can certify that doing so will not breach the fiscal rules, and will not result in non-compliance with Section 48C. Why is it that we're, in addition, saying that we can't start the fund until our debt-to-GDP ratio has reached 60%?
It may be belts and braces, admittedly, but it is the position that has been agreed as a way forward. I am aware that in discussions, the fact is that the government is hoping that we will actually be in a position to be able to set up the fund even earlier than that.
There were also questions relating to district constables. In defining public service, the bill made specific reference to both constables and district constables. But later in paragraph 13, only constables were mentioned. And since there are commitments for district constables to become pensionable, the opposition wanted consistency. However, there was no change to the bill.
It's a part of the administrative process that's underway. So we can't change it here because the implications would be uncertain. It's clear that the intention is here to have district constables be entitled to participate in the pension schemes.
Senator K.D. Knight agreed that the intent was clear, but called for further clarification.
If the Minister of National Security could be persuaded to make a statement in the lower house setting out clearly their position, I would be very pleased if you make that attempt.
Andrea Chisholm, TVJ News.